Alright guys, so today we're going to be going over the top 3 most fun PvP classes in my opinion for Shadowlands 9.1.5. Now I have quite a lot of experience with PvP so far in 9.1.5, but a lot of people forget about the fun aspect of classes and normally go for the meta classes and like the classes that are like the strongest. But I think it's very important to include the fun that you have while playing them. So coming up at 3rd place, my main for many years, the Marksmanship Hunter. Now I have tons of fun, like the burst, immense amounts of fun. It's so fun. The cooldowns feel like really nice to use, really solidifies the gameplay of the hunter. You shoot your arrows or whatever you have, you know, and just deal tons and tons of damage. Very heavy hitting class, at least spec, and like great for 1v1s. You can really carry a battleground, especially with like the gear I have. But I mean, I've had fun with it for many years, and you know, I haven't always been like a high-end player by any means. I used to be very casual, and still I played Marksmanship Hunter. I just had so much fun with the big numbers. It just like, when it popped up on the screen, it really like felt like I did something. It really felt good. Now, talking about the burst of Marksmanship Hunter, you have the true shot, reduce the aim shot cast time. Really makes it like just fun to play, honestly. Like, who doesn't want a fast aim shot that's going to crit for like 20,000, even when you're not too geared? Just a lot of fun overall. Now, talking about the defensive aspect of Marksmanship Hunter, we are, I think, the weakest class for defensives. You have a 6-second 20% damage reduction, and you have Turtle, which is like just a deflect for like a few seconds. Now that's all you really have. You can like slow, you can trap them, disengage, and kind of kite them, but like coming to like the damage reduction aspect, it's not a whole lot going for you. But nonetheless, the damage really makes the spec really fun to play, and hence why that's number 3. Now coming up at the 2nd place here is going to be the Shadow Priest. Now the Shadow Priest has immense power in 1v1s. You have Vampiric Touch, you have Power Infusion, Void Torrent, Void Burst, you know, stuff like that. And you also have the Megalomania talent. Now some people may not know, but you can actually use the Surrender to Madness talent as like a separate burst. You don't have to use Void Form before it or anything like that. It's like another Void Form, but just better. Now, Shadow Priest can put up like a sheer amount of damage on like a team. Just putting all of the dots on people will just rot them down slowly. You also have Mass Dispel for Divine Shields. Really makes like a really nice effect for the team. Really nice like support class. You can off heal. You can do a ton of damage, and all that damage like coming up onto the screen really makes it fun to look at, fun to play, fun to everything. Now people may see Shadow Priest as like a dot and rock class, but people don't really expect the unexpected burst from the Shadow Priest. Like for example, you have Mind Games, your dots, you have Void Eruption, Power Infusion, Void Bolt, Mine, everything. It just does so much damage and people don't really expect the burst. But onto the defensive aspect of Shadow Priest, you have Dispersion, you have Greater Fade, both great defensives. Like really allow you to get out of a fight if you actually need to. You have your Power Word Shield, it's very small but it's something. You can also off heal, which is very important. Like you have so much off healing, which can be very helpful to the team or yourself, which a lot of players seem to like underestimate. Now onto the 1st place is going to be the Demon Hunter. Like I can't express how much fun I've had on this class in the past like month or so. Like the sheer amount of damage and burst that Demon Hunter can do is ridiculous. Like you have the Hunt, that's like a separate burst. Like if you use the Hunt on someone, they're usually going to die, especially combined with like Fell Rush and Eye Beam and like stuff like that. And then when you have like the Hunt on cooldown, You also have Metamorphosis, which is another great cooldown for like damage output, burst, stuff like that. Now both of these, Hunter and Metamorphosis, have like a survivability to it as well, so it increases your leech by X amount, which is very underrated, and you can really like turn a fight around based on how low health you are or what cooldown you use. Now on top of that, you also have Blur and Darkness, both incredible defensives. Now Blur increases your chance to dodge by 50%, and it also reduces all damage you take by 20%. So extra effective against melee and still effective against ranged players. Now Darkness grants you and friendly targets a 20% chance to avoid all damage from any attack, and that lasts for 8 seconds. And you can also take the Honor talent Cover of Darkness, which increases the radius by 4 yards and the duration by 2 seconds. Now on top of that, you also have crazy mobility. You have 2 charge of Fell Rush, you have Vengeful Retreat, which basically makes you almost unkillable at this point. Now finally, Demon Hunter has a very engaging playstyle, with all of the movement, all of the burst damage, just everything combined really solidifies the class. But that is why it's placed at number 1, and that is the final class for the top 3. I hope you all enjoyed. These are my personal opinion once again. Like, some people may not like any of the classes I listed, but this is just the class that I have personal fun with. So yeah, thanks for watching guys. Now comment below what your top 3 is, I'm very intrigued to know. And yeah, if you enjoyed the video, throw a nice like and subscribe. And yeah, take care guys. I'll see you later.